Now, on to a real 50-50 fight, a real boxing match. Something worth watching, something that no one can say they know the actual outcome to going into the fight. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Two guys that have been criticized by past performances, two guys that have shown to maybe lack some heart, maybe lack some desire, maybe even lack a little chin. But both have gotten much better recently, and they've been showing a lot more at least according to the fans. To me, Dubois has been showing a lot more progress. He's been hungrier. I do see the hunger from Joshua as well. People mention that they see the progress from him as well. Um, Bro, this is a good fucking fight. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it, man. And remember, this is a heavyweight fight. The division in boxing where really anything can happen at any point in the fight. Break that one down, Sean. Who do you
Yeah,
like? Why and
yeah,
how?
man. So, also to add to that, this will be for the vacant IBF belt that Usyk vacated. So, just for the record, Usyk is no longer the undisputed heavyweight champion, right? So again, this will be for a world title, not an interim for the title, the IBF. So you got Daniel Dubois, who's been on the winning streak, right? And so has Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has finally found that mean streak in him. He looked ever since the first fight when Andy Ruiz. After that, he looked very timid. Didn't really want to let his hands go. Just a real timid jab, jab, jab. Real. I'm like, yo, but this is not Joshua, man. He's known to let his hands go more, and he's known to be more aggressive, and he has done that. And he's looking good doing it. There's a difference. He's doing it, but he's looking good doing it. He looks confident. And that's a scary Joshua, right? But his opponent, Daniel Dubois, same thing. Ever since his loss to Usyk, which many felt, including myself, that was a clean body shot that he hit Usyk with. And many feel that he should be the champion, with all those belts right now. But what does he do? He comes back and he's been on the winning streak and he's whooping ass. And yes, one thing I see from Dubois, besides the toughness, is the stamina. He's going in late in the fight and he's stopping these fighters and he's coming forward and he's pressuring and he's punching and he's jabbing and he's going to the body. So he's doing numerous things. He's not a one-trick pony. It's not a guy that he's just looking to land that one right hand and that's it. No, he's going to find other ways to beat you. But he also got that equalizer, that one-hitter quitter. And it is the heavyweight division, like you mentioned. So at any given time, at any moment, it can happen. So this is a fight that, yes, I am excited for because, believe it or not, I know the odds are against Dubois, but Anthony Joshua, I feel that he's going to come in here. He's focused. He understands what's in front of him, man. Another mega fight, either with Usyk or Fury, whoever wins that fight. But Dubois is going to come to fight, and he's going to come to win. And if he loses, he will go out on his shield. I'm going to go Anthony Joshua in this fight. I expect it to be a nice banger while it lasts. I'm going to go 9 to 10 round Anthony Joshua stoppage.
All right. I want to start off by saying that, you know, um, I watch boxing and I watch all aspects of boxing, in and outside the ring, how people behave, how people carry themselves. And I'm a human being, so I don't really detach myself too much from, it's just, I don't care who they are, how they are, it's just boxing. I'm gonna call a fight that way. Yeah, I'm gonna break the fight down that way when two athletes get in the ring, two fighters get in the ring. But I do have to point out people and personalities, and I want to commend both these guys because both these guys are gentlemen. I mean, based in Europe, the people are just different there, the way they behave, the decorum. Um, Anthony Joshua is a great, always been a gentleman. Dubois as well, but there is some tension between them because of the how competitive both are at this stage in their career. Um, but Anthony Joshua is a great guy. I've always liked his personality. Again, I think he's a gentleman. Dubois as well. He was like a quiet kid. He almost has like a little stutter too. you know, like the kind of guy people will pick on or something like that. But lately, man, he's really been showing, nah, you know what? I'm not that guy anymore. I'm gonna be the bully now. Bro, y'all woke up a beast right now. So that's the kind of mentality that he has been demonstrating outside and inside the ring, man. He just focused. He's like laser focused on what he's doing on his craft, on his sport, and I really, really, I think even more so than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua just has a longer, a better record, right? A longer resume, and he's been around a little more than Dubois. But when it comes down to the fight, now that being said, what I said about Anthony Joshua, great person, great guy. As a fighter, to me, Anthony Joshua is a talented bum because he's always had that talent, man. He can box. He's athletic. He has crazy power. Crazy power. There's times where there's been many times in many fights where he just don't let his hands go enough. Where he just doesn't finish his opponent when he's supposed to. Right? Even in the Andy Ruiz fight when he got knocked out, he got upset here in Madison Square Garden. There were moments in the fight where he was looking at Andy, he went like that, like, yo, give me a little break, like let me breathe in. This ain't sparring, fam. This is a fight. The clock is ticking. The bell rang. I think Anthony Joshua has always, I'm not the only one. I hear like a lot of people come to me and I don't like Joshua. Joshua's a fucking bum. And I understand because of what they seen in his fights. I'm still not 100%. I still see that same Joshua. I see a part of him that's there that is not. He doesn't have the temperament. He has a temperament when he's a favorite, when he's supposed to be knocking guys out. But when was the last time we seen him in a jam? That was against Usyk. He lost those fights. And to me, I thought the first fight with Usyk was the best Joshua I've ever seen. Why? Because he was training with Robert Garcia. He had that motivator. Robert Garcia is a motivator. He had that motivating engine. Yo, come on, keep going, come on, keep going, keep going. And he fought through the whole fight. The second fight, got winded, didn't do as much as the first, lost the fight. Desire. The smaller man, Alexander Usyk, the more professional guy, the guy who wanted it more, won the fight. So how many times has Joshua won when the other guy wanted it more? And Saturday night in the UK, I think or here it'll probably be, where is it? Is it in the UK or Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. I think it's in the UK, London.
All right,
London.
great. So we're gonna watch it. We don't gotta stay up till 1 in the morning waiting for the fight. We'll watch it in the afternoon. Great to me. Come Saturday night to me is gonna be about who wants it more. And I think that fight is gonna be Daniel Dubois, and I think he's also just as talented as Joshua, but in different ways. I think he's hungrier. I think he has a better chin. And again, Anthony Joshua has talent because he has the talent, but it's just if you don't execute, talent doesn't mean anything. So in a lot of his best moments, he didn't execute. He's much bigger. He's much stronger than Usyk. He could have beat Usyk. I saw both fights. Right? Usyk is a solid fighter. He don't get tired. Right? Joshua does. But still, with that size and that power and the skill Joshua has, that's definitely more than enough to beat Usyk. But he didn't have the temperament. He didn't have the desire. So I think Saturday night, that's what it's going to come down to. I'm going to go with the underdog, Daniel Dubois, by knockout. By knockout, because this is the heavyweight division. And we've seen Joshua down. We've seen Joshua out. And right now, Dubois is not that dude to play with. So I got Daniel Dubois with the upset.
Yeah, I just say I disagree with the talented bum, right? Because when I look at, all right, he had to slip up with Andy Ruiz. We seen real good fighters slip up. He wins the rematch. Wasn't a excellent performance, but he won the way he needed to win. Just stay on the outside because he doesn't have the greatest chin, or at least he didn't have confidence in it. And then he loses twice to Usyk, who's beaten Fury as well. Almost stopped Fury actually. So Usyk is an elite fighter at
He
heavyweight.
was losing that fight.
Yeah. But he showed that. That's what greatness is about, man. Sometimes you got to come back to
And,
win.
and,
Not
and,
every
and,
fighter wins they fight just winning from round one to end. Fighters got to come back to win.
and,
That's what makes fighters great as well, right?
and
When they
credit
overcome adversity.
and credit to Joshua for boxing in the Andy Ruiz rematch.
Yeah,
But
he's
again,
smart.
we mentioned Andy Ruiz's lifestyle and him coming in 30 pounds more than he did in the previous fight.
Yeah. That's that. He should have been focused. And as far as I know, I get it, but I'm just saying, I think if that was another fighter and in another division, what Joshua has accomplished, I think people be feeling another way. So I think, and ever since his win against the Nordic Nightmare, man, Hellenius, which I didn't like the performance, and he knocked him out.
Horrible
After that
performance up
fight,
until the knockout. Horrible
after that
performance.
fight, after that fight, he hasn't fought like that. He has fought more aggressive. He's showing more tools. So if this is the Joshua we're gonna see moving forward, because since that fight, there's not one fight anyone can name that he looked like he didn't look good. He looked great after that. So we'll see though,
Now,
because yes,
bro,
he's no, I'm telling you, you've seen, I'm just saying, based on those performances, and Gano, he a fucking MMA dude. He made him look like an MMA dude. He did exactly why he didn't struggle. 2 rounds, smoked him, got him up out of there. He didn't play with him. I'm not giving him much credit for
you
that
can't,
win,
you can't, you can't.
but but he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, but
He went
you
10
can't give
rounds with
him,
him.
you can't give it to
Yeah,
him.
but
It
yeah,
is what it
no,
is.
because he dropped Fury. Fury's the greatest heavyweight of all time. Remember, he's the greatest heavyweight. He was the number one heavyweight.
Remember,
So
the maniac is joking. He's being
yeah, I'm joking.
sarcastic,
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. I'm being sorry. That's why I'm putting the quote unquote
Yeah.
fingers. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be a good fight, man, because the bar. Remember, the bar's been
Now, I
stopped.
just don't want nobody, throwing a rock into their smart TV after you guys. You know what I
No,
mean?
they might agree. They might disagree with me. Like, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Fury is.
Then they gotta rewind the tape. They gotta get.
Remember, Fury the greatest heavyweight of all time, and Canelo the greatest Mexican. No
Yeah,
debating.
yeah. These cats got to go on YouTube and watch past fights. Please watch fights from the uh, early
Hey,
2000s, 90s,
hey,
and
man, they
80s,
they entitled to their opinion, but that's all it is. It's an opinion, not a fact.
and an erroneous one. Now, um, so you got. Yeah, what this is the thing. I don't so much. I understand what you're saying. I understand your points as far as record wise, right? I don't look at things so much black and white. I look at the content. So when I look at the performances of when I break the performance down of Anthony Joshua, right? When I break down what he does and what he doesn't do, I see his temperament. I see his lack of aggression. I see his lack of volume. I see him sometimes act behaving like it's a sparring match at times. I've seen that attitude from him many, many times, and he has the physical tools to execute much better. So look, the fight is here. The fight is on Saturday. So we'll see. And that's how I assess boxing by performances, right? Not so much by, oh, but he beat this guy and he beat that guy and he beat this guy. Yeah, but how did he beat him? How did he perform? How did he lose? How did he lose to them? Where was that other guy in their career? Where was that other guy that night, etc. So, but it ain't much to really go back and forth about,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's the good thing because the fight is here. I got Dubois stopping Joshua. You got him. You got Dubois. You got Joshua stopping Dubois. So Hey man, I might even sprinkle a little something on Dubois, man, because I know he's the underdog, but I don't
Hey,
know about how much.
listen, man. It's boxing, man. Especially the heavyweight division. That's definitely the division of the unknown, man. Anything can happen any given night.
Now, the winner of that fight, what does it mean if Joshua wins, and what does it mean if Dubois wins?
Wow, that's a great question. Right now you're looking at the top four heavyweight fighters, right? And the other two I'm referring to is Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, which just beat Fury a couple of months ago to become undisputed heavyweight champion, and did relinquish one belt, which Joshua and Dubois will be fighting for, which is the IBF. Now Joshua wins as most are expecting him to. Again, that's they really want that Fury Joshua fight. We had Wilder Joshua on the table. It was signed, sealed, and delivered. All Wilder had to do was beat on my man Joseph Parker. We saw how that happened. So that fight came off the table. Now, yes, we know Usyk has beaten Joshua twice. Right? We want fresh blood. So Joshua wins. We want to see that Fury Joshua. That'll be a mega fight over in the UK because they both have strong following, and they love them out there in Europe. Now if Dubois wins, now you're looking at
Well,
a
they're both British, so
yeah. If Dubois wins, wow. So he kind of throws a wrench in all this because now he becomes a star. You beat someone like Joshua, now people, who's this Daniel Dubois? Who's that guy that beat Joshua? Who's that? Remember, Andy Ruiz, the same thing. Andy Ruiz, we knew who he was, but once he beat Joshua, it elevated him. You mentioned it. He's spending all his money now, big payday. He's chilling. So if Dubois wins this fight, it definitely put him up there as an elite heavyweight, right? As an elite heavyweight,
I think he
and
already is.
he has the rematch should be there for Usyk or a fight with Fury. That's the only other options there for them. Those are right now. Those are arguably the four best heavyweights in boxing. I don't even say
No, no, but
arguably.
but
Those
but
are
if Dubois wins,
yeah. It's
what
it's
do you
yeah. It's
what do you
gonna
think will
be
happen next?
so it's gonna go because now he'll have a belt, right? Either one. So if Dubois has the belt, that means the winner of the rematch of Fury and Usyk is most likely going to fight him for a unification match where will be for undisputed. Fury or Usyk, well, Usyk currently holds 3 of the 4, and it'll be they'll fight for undisputed. He's gonna fight one of the two because this is the rematch. Now, unless Fury beats Usyk, do we get the trilogy? So that remains to be seen. On which direction will Dubois go if he wins? What's going to be there? It all depends what Fury and Usyk does. The outcome of the rematch is going to determine really which direction Dubois goes. Because I think if Fury wins, we get a trilogy. If
Well,
Usyk wins, then it's definitive. He's the better fighter, and we'll get Dubois Usyk for undisputed. The
oh man,
rematch.
I think that given even those four guys right there, um, I think the heavyweight division has a lot of money, has a lot of money to be made that's out there to be made for these fighters, man. Because you can match these guys a whole bunch of different ways, and then you could throw Hergovich back in there because to get no make no mistake about it, man. He's a big, strong, tough dude, man. He ain't no bum. Now you got Bacoli that just upset Jared Anderson. You still got Zhang out there. You got Joseph Parker floating around, who's probably the least exciting out of all these guys. But there's many different ways to match these guys up. If Joshua wins, absolutely, Fury has to win. And we it's hard to predict what Fury's gonna do if he's focused. There's really not many people that can beat Fury in boxing. Mainly, in my opinion, mainly because of his size. Yeah, he does have skill and he uses it, but it's just that 6'9", bro, with someone that uses that is really hard to overcome, bro. So, almost 300 pounds, could punch, could take a punch. and is more elusive than you would think, right? Even kind of light on his feet. He's a tough out. He's a tough out. So we don't know what's gonna happen in the ring. Focus Fury should beat just about everybody in the heavyweight division.
I agree.
But Dubois, man, I really see something in him, and I really see it. I really see real hunger. I see real hunger in him. I see real determination. Uh, I like the kid. Um, he's really got something to prove. He's got something to fight for. Joshua has something to defend, but this kid has something to fight for. Um, so, uh, yeah, I think it's real interesting, man. I can't wait to see that fight, and it's going to be a goodie, man.